One of the biggest mistakes that people make when they're trying to improve their social lives is they avoid anything that's outside of their social comfort zone. They're just like, well, I want to become charismatic, I want to become confident, but I don't really want to talk to people in the process. There has to be an easier way. There's no way I'm going to go out there and expose myself in social situations that are uncomfortable and triggering. I have to find a way from my social comfort zone. So they spend literally hours, several hours every single day consuming content, gathering knowledge, getting those moments of, oh wow, really, I haven't thought about this. So they end up knowing more than I do. Like I make content about this and these people know more than me. Yet they still face their issues. Well, obviously, they know more than every single charismatic friend of theirs, but they still face their issues. The thing is, the only way you're gonna make progress in your social life is when you engage in uncomfortable social situations. The more uncomfortability you are willing to endure, the more you will improve your social life. It's as simple as that. And this is a prerequisite that we can never neglect. Like, there is no progress without exposing ourselves to social situations. I've myself been an introvert, a very shy and reserved person, and awkward for like 20 years of my life. And I've been in this phase for like 10 years, just consuming content and doing nothing about it. And in the 3 years after that shyness phase, I went through probably like 100 times more uncomfortable situations than in the previous 20 years compounded. Let that land. Because the charismatic people you admire, the confident people you admire, the ones that just seem to have it so easy socially and attract people to them seamlessly, guess what? They probably talked to like tens or hundreds of more people than you have. They probably exposed themselves to so many more of these situations than you have. So, like, is there any wonder that they are doing much better in this area of life? The overweight person that's trying to lose weight, they are just trying to find the magic pill or the magic diet that's gonna make them lose weight instantly, right? Overnight success, zero effort, zero sacrifices. The only way they're gonna actually lose weight is increasing the amount of physical activity and being on a diet, because that's the only way it works. Same for improving our social lives. The only way we can improve our social lives is one, by talking to people, and two, processing the emotions that come up with that. So basically exposing ourselves to as many uncomfortable social situations as possible, and then just literally changing the way our brain perceives reality, the way our brain perceives ourselves, right? Like our self-image as well. Because you have to understand that your brain is playing so many tricks on you. You probably think that there are so many social situations that are weird, so many types of behaviors that would be weird for you because you are just different, right? You could never say this, my more bold jokes. You could never act in a more childish way, even, and just talk about whatever's on your mind randomly, because I'm sure there are so many logical reasons and like quite reasonable reasons, that's quite funny, that come to your mind when you're even thinking about this. Isn't that the case? Your mind is trying to limit you, to hold you back continuously. Like literally, that's just a poisonous belief in your mind. That's a part of your mind that wants you to make no progress ever again. But if you're still watching this video, you want to make more progress, so then why not tune into the other voice in your mind that's telling you that you have to break out of this? You have both parties inside your mind. It's your choice which one of these two you want to listen to. And perhaps you've been listening to this one, to the evil voice, for too long, reinforcing the belief that you are not good enough, that you will never be able to have a good social life and attract people to you and enjoy being out there in social situations, literally without any of this pressure and tension and overthinking and optimizing your behavior all the time. There is a version of you that's not that far away that can just relax socially and have a fantastic time. Like literally invest 10 times less energy and get 10 times better and more enjoyable results. Because that's the natural way of being, and you do have it in you already. It's not something that you have to learn, it's not something that I have to teach you or that anyone has to teach you. You already know how to be you. The only thing we have to do is to make you open your eyes to it, right? Because back when you were a baby, you knew how to do this. I always say this, but back when you were a baby, you knew how to be confident, you knew how to be charismatic, you knew how to be loud and expressive and play all the time and even attract people to you because your aura was just so magnetic because of the fact that you were naive, you didn't have all of these overthinking mechanisms. Like, think about it. The thing that you believe is basically a safety mechanism for you right now, that's like guiding you, guarding you from social judgments and from social danger, is actually holding you back. That overthinking mechanism is not good whatsoever. That overthinking mechanism is the only reason you're not able to flow socially. And because you're not able to flow, you are more tense, people sense your tension, you're just not being present there, being tuned inward instead of being focused on the conversation. Like, all of these aspects just snowball from you being inwardly focused, from you being so tense. If you are if you would manage to just be relaxed and genuinely express your authentic tendencies, passions, opinions, mood, vibe, people would like that. There's nothing wrong with you. You are not so special that you can just never achieve that because it's not for you. No, it's absolutely for you. You just have to realize that, to open your eyes to that. And the only way you're gonna manage to do it is to expose yourself to as many uncomfortable situations as possible. Because your window of normality that you have for the social situations is quite narrow right now. There is a very limited amount of social situations that you find yourself comfortable in. And the way for you to enlarge that is to go through more and more and more uncomfortable situations. And the more you do it, the more you process everything that comes up with this, your emotions, your beliefs, your mind is just gonna change. And you are gonna become comfortable, chill, relaxed, composed in so many more situations. Like, of course, there will still be situations where you do not feel comfortable. That's completely natural, don't get me wrong. If you find yourself being at gunpoint, God forbid, you shouldn't really be like, well, yeah, I'm actually quite confident and charismatic today, so this little thing cannot move me whatsoever. Not the best idea, right? So there are situations where it's okay for you to be tense and to feel the pressure, to start overthinking even. But most of the situations you're gonna encounter on a day-to-day basis are not qualifying as valid for this condition, right? I made a theory recently that you can predict how successful a person's gonna be by how much uncomfortability they're willing to endure, one, and then two, how quickly does that uncomfortability become something normal for them. You see this in every single domain of life. The beautiful thing about exposing yourself to uncomfortable situations is that after you do it, your brain starts perceiving the memory of the event as something positive, despite the fact that in the moment it feels so horrible and you feel so pressured and tense. After it passes, your brain actually looks back on the event with gratitude, with positive emotions, positive vibes. So the only thing you're fearing right now through not taking such action is just a little bit of a small window of uncomfortability, of feeling negative emotions, we could say. So you are holding yourself back for like 2 minutes, 5 minutes of feeling uncomfortable. After that passes, it's all good vibes, all positive emotions, and progress as well. And this is not only about talking to people, this is how our brains work in every single situation we encounter. Now, again, if you were tortured by some villains, you're obviously not gonna look back on the event with gratitude. But what I'm talking about is more like the events that you have, like, your mind knows that's the right action to take, but you just don't want to take it because you are too afraid, because you have a lot of limiting beliefs, that evil voice that's trying to hold you back all the time. If you do go against it, if you do take the uncomfortable action, you will just see that your brain will remember that activity as something extremely positive. Now, if you want to make the quickest progress from a place of shyness to a place of social confidence, I have a link in the description where I made a course encapsulating everything that helped me make the same progress and help my clients do the same thing too. So I really believe that piece of content is absolutely fantastic, contains everything you need to make that progress. And your progress is basically even guaranteed if you take all the action that's in there, if you're really a good student and determined to finally make this change. So go ahead and check it out if you're interested.